Today I'm going to start diversity and discrimination, that is from chapter 2 class 6. In the previous chapter you have discussed the meanings of diversity. Sometimes people who are different from others are teased, laughed at, or not included in a certain activity or group. We feel hurt, angry, helpless or sad when friends or others treat us in such ways. Have you ever wondered why this happens? In this chapter, we will try and explore how such experiences are related to the society we live in. We will look at how they are connected to the inequalities that exist around us. Look at this picture. See, people are different from each other, and one disabled person is also looking at this chair. Okay? Difference and prejudice. There are many things that make us what we are, how we live, the languages we speak, what we eat, where, the games we play, and the things we celebrate. All of these are influenced both by the geography and history of the place where we live in. We will get an idea of how diverse India is if you look even briefly at the following statement. There are 8 major religions in the world. Every single one of them is practiced in India. We have more than 1600 languages that are people's mother tongues. And there are more than 100 dance forms in India. Yet this diversity is not always celebrated. Okay, diversity in the previous chapter we studied that diversity is celebrated, realized, okay? But this diversity is not always celebrated. This is because we feel safe and secure with people who look, talk, dress and think like us. Sometimes we meet people who are very different from us. We may find them strange and unfamiliar. At times, we may not understand or know the reasons why they are different from us. People also form certain attitudes and opinions about others who are not like them. Prejudice. What does prejudice mean? Look at the statements given below that you believed to be true about rural and urban life in India. Tick mark those that you agree with. This is a task you can do at home, or if you may not do, no problem. You just try to answer these questions. Do you have a prejudice against rural or urban people? Find out if this is shared by others and discuss the reasons why people have these prejudices. Can you list some of the prejudices that you have noticed around you? How do they affect the ways in which people treat each other? On rural people, more than 50% of all Indians live in villages. People in villages do not like to use modern technology. In peak harvesting and plantation season, families spend 12 to 14 hours working in the fields. Villagers are forced to migrate to cities in search of work. What you think about village people? You can tick here. According to me, I choose. In peak harvesting and plantation season, families spend 12 to 14 hours working in the fields. This I choose. Okay, here. You may choose the first one, second one and the fourth one also. It is up to you. On urban people, how do you think? Life in the city is easy. People here are spoiled and lazy. This you think, right? Or in cities, families spend very little time with each other. Or people in cities only care about money, not about people. Or living in a city is expensive. A large part of people's earnings spent on rent and transport. Which one you feel right? If you question me, I think living in a city is expensive. A large part of people's earning is spent on rent and transport. Yes, this also I'll not accept. I find a little right. To some extent, second one is right to me. In cities, families spend very little time with each other, right? Some of these statements see villagers as ignorant and see people in cities as money-minded and lazy. When your opinions about certain people are always negative, seeing them as lazy, stingy, and some of these statements, then these become prejudices that we carry about them. Prejudice means to judge other people negatively or see them as inferior. When we think that only one particular way is the best and right way to do things, we often end up not respecting others. We may prefer to do things differently. For example, if we think English is the best language and other languages are not important, we are judging these other languages negatively. As a result, we might not respect people who speak languages other than English. We can be prejudiced about many things, like people's religious beliefs, the color of their skin, the religion they come from, the accent they speak in, the clothes they wear, etc. Often, our prejudices about others are so strong that we won't want to form friendships with them. At times, we may even act in such a ways that we may hurt them unwillingly. Okay? For today, this much only. We will be meeting in the next part of the video, second part of the video from this chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe, bye-bye, and do all the assignments given every day. Okay, children?